Hello, everyone. I am Akurede Lutolani Blessing. I will be taking you through Introduction to Sustainable Built Environments. We'll be looking at the course contents to look at why is sustainability? Why sustainability? Why do we request that everything should be sustainable? We'll look at that. We'll see that it is understood that we have a significant threat in our world. Threats like global warming. What do we mean by global warming? We say that this is a long-term increase in the Earth's average temperature. It happens mainly because certain gases in the atmosphere trap heat from the sun. Sun energy releases is unable to escape back to the space. That is one of the cause of this, why we need this sustainability. And then again, one of the effects, the threats that we have in the world is the loss of biodiversity. What do we mean by biodiversity? This is the disappearance of different forms of life on Earth, lives like plants, animals, and microorganisms. Those are the lives that are being affected due to the threats that is being posed into our world through our um, activities. Then another threat we have now is climate change. Climate change means long-term changes in the Earth average pattern, e.g. temperature changes, rainfall changes, winds, and and sorry, and some other seasonal changes we see around us. And the other threat we have is environmental degradation. You see this deterioration of damages of the natural environment due to human activities, and these occur when pattern resources such as land, weather, air, forest, and biodiversity are depleted or polluted beyond the ability to recover. These are the threats that has been posed to our world due to the way we due to the way we live our lives. And they want to look at some of the human activities that generate carbon, especially carbon dioxide. And these are the things that negatively affect our world. Number one, we see that we look at fossil fuel. We see burning of fossil fuels. These are the main causes. That is in our daily routine of all those transportations here and there. Everyone with his own car. I must use my car. The smoke that has been emitted to the air. So we can see this causes global warming. It causes air pollution, and it leads to climate change. And we look, the example of this can be say electricity generation using oil, natural gas, fuel uses in car, buses, trucks, ships, and airplane, and powering of generator. This is very, very common in the developing country like Nigeria. We have now. And then we look again, some other or some other causes are deforestation and land use changes. Deforestation and land use changes. This we can see that trees absorb carbon dioxide. Then cutting down trees releases stored carbon. The example of clearing of forests for agricultural or urban development. Then burning of bushes, infrastructural development of road, houses, and dams. And these have effects on this present world. It leads to reduction of a reduction of carbon absorption, and then increases at CO2, that is carbon dioxide, and then loss of biodiversity, as I've mentioned earlier. Again, another um, activities that we carried out that affect our world is agricultural and livestock farming. This contributes to carbon and other greenhouse gases. See that livestock like cow, sheep, they releases methane. Then we see that uses of farm machineries and diesel powered engine, and then burning of crops residues, use of fertilizer, they have great effect on our world. They lead to soil degradation. Those are one of the effects that is this is having on our world. Then we have water generation and disposal. Water generation and disposal. The open of dumping refuse, landfills, burning of water, burning of waste, poor wastewater treatment. All this cause air pollution. Another one we have here is urbanization and building construction. You see, these are production of building materials where we have large and big engines that produce cement, bricks, the energy used in building, the lightnings, the coolings, all this refrigeration, the lightning we use, they bring up so much energy that affect our world. And then we see demolition of buildings, all this waste, there's nowhere that they can be dumped. So it has effect on the present world, which brought about a great effect on. Well, then again, we have energy use in homes and offices. See, daily human activities also generate carbon. Example like cooking with gas, kerosene, or firewood, and use of air conditioners, refrigerator, like I mentioned, lighting, then charging electronic devices. This increases energy demand, which has effect on the world. Then another one we look at is industrial and manufacturing activities. We see where we have big industries that produce all these steels and aluminum manufacturing companies, all refineries and chemical industries, then construction activities. This increases environmental pollution, which has effects on our world. Then again, we look at transportation and mobility. Private cars use, road freight transport, aviation and maritime transport. They add effect on this world we are living. Then we look at mining and resources extraction. That is extracting raw materials, releases gases. Coal mining, oil and gas exploration, quarry of sand and stone. You see, this lead to carbon emission and land degradation. And also we look at overconsumption and lifestyle choices. See, human being put on the behavior that increase demand for carbon intensive products. So excessive energy consumption, fast fashion, high meat consumption, frequent travelings, increased global carbon footprints, which brought about issues that affect the world. Then you look at them the relevance of this, the relevance. What is the cause of these activities? What should we do? Why these activities? Why they are dangerous to human health? We'll see what it causes. See, climate changes and global warming, that's what it leads to. Flooding and sea level rises, all activities can lead to that. Using of too much water, then drought and desertifications, it can lead to that. When we make use of fertilizer, we burn the farm, we use things that are not supposed to use, it makes our land to be deserted. They will not be able to produce yield as it's supposed to be. Then we see that extreme weather events. See now the way emission is going up, is trapping the air, and then all these things make our world to be so hot and heat that affect a lot of things in this present world we have. Then see that it leads to health problem, respiratory diseases. When there's drought, it will lead to inhaling all these evil chemicals, and then all these big companies pollute the air, so it affects human health. So all these things need to be stopped for us to enjoy our world and preserve this world for the next generation. Then we see reduced agricultural productivity. It's reduced agricultural productivities, because when the land is deserted and you are not used again, then what are we going to plant? Which land are we going to use? Where are we going to plant? So we make sure that we don't use too much fertilizer. We don't burn all these trees. Instead, we plant more trees. Then we see that damages to infrastructure and buildings. It has damages to infrastructure and building. So that then the caution: if human activities continue without control, the environment will become unsafe for present and future generation. If we refuse to stop all this way of life, we see it will affect our world negatively. Then we want to look at activities that we need to the activities we need to bring up, we need to adopt for us to have a world that we can live in, a world that we can live in and will enjoy. Look at the first activities we can imbibe is energy conservation. Energy conservation, then switching off of our lights and appliances when not in use. Use energy efficient bulb and appliances. Then reduce generator usage where possible. Instead of generator, we can make use of solar and things like that. Then we use that as the use of renewable energy. Use of renewable energy, that's use of solar panels for homes and schools. We use winds and hydro energy where applicable. We can make use of that to reduce the carbon dioxide emission. Then see sustainable transportation, that's use of public transports, walk, or bicycle for short distance. Instead of using car all the time, can make use of a bicycle. Then sometimes we walk instead of using all those things that pollute the air. We walk. Then we use fuel efficient vehicle. You can make use of fuel efficient vehicle. Now we see that we have electric vehicle, we have other vehicle that. Then look at tree plantings and forest protection. Forest protection, we need to plant more trees. Forestation, we plant more trees. We avoid bush burning. Then we protect existing forest. Those are ones that make our land to remain valuable, and they will retain all the microorganisms will remain, and they will be able to die very well for them to fertilize the land, for us to preserve the value of our land. And then we can make use of sustainable building practices. Use environmentally friendly building materials, like I mentioned, wood and glass, instead of using all these cement and blocks that to produce them they emit so much energy in all these big and industries. We use all these friendly building materials. Then we design building for natural lighting and ventilation. I said it. Can design our building for natural lighting instead of using all these things. Use natural lighting, use natural ventilation. We increase the light sizes of our windows, and we have a good design that can bring about that. Then reduce cement usage where alternatives exist. Then we look at the next one, which is proper waste management. Reduce, reuse, and we reuse some of the things that means recycling waste. We recycle our waste. Then we avoid bush burning. We reduce that bush burning. Then we practice waste separation. Nowadays you separate your waste. Plastic, you can reuse them. You use them to produce some other things. Then we practice. Then we look at the next one is sustainable agriculture. Reduce use of chemical fertilizer. Under sustainable agriculture, we reduce the use of chemical fertilizer. Practice organic farming. Then avoid burning farm residues. You should avoid that. You should practice organic farming, and then this will help our land to bring up their value to be as a God has created them.